Namaskar and very warm welcome to all our viewers and learners in this live phone-in session of CIT and CRT. I am Renu Bhatt with you all and you are watching us live on PM eVidya channels from channel number 6 to 12 and on our NCRT official YouTube channel as well. Dear learner, this is our special session of Sahyog where we talk about mental well-being of students and we try to provide them psycho support as well. And the topic that we are going to discuss today in this specific session is addressing the issues of holistic development in children. So what is holistic development and why it's so important, we'll get to know by our experts. Let's meet them. You are Ms. P.V. Manjula, you are assistant professor from RIE Mysuru, NCERT. Very warm welcome, ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste, ma'am. And we have our practicing counselor as well. Let's meet her. You are Ms. P.V. Ramana Kumari. You are special educator from All India Institute of Speech and Hearing, Mysuru. Very warm welcome, ma'am.
Namaste.
Namaste, ma'am. And before we begin this session, let me give some important information to all our viewers and learners so that in case they want to participate in this live phone-in session, they can. Dear learner, you can call us on our telephone number, that is 8800 Either you can drop a mail at our email address, that is sahyog.ncert@cit.nic.in. And in case if you have joined us through our live streaming, go to the live chat box and drop your comment out there. Our experts will be happy to answer all your queries and doubts. So let's quickly begin this session. And my first question to you is from Manjula ma'am, and I just wanted to know about the holistic development. What exactly holistic development is, ma'am? Please explain.
Okay. Thank you, Renuji, for the question. It's a known fact that every child is unique and each child develops at his or her own pace. And if there is any discrepancy in the age-appropriate development of the child, it will affect the holistic development of the child. Now, what is this holistic development? Imagine you are building a house. You make a design for the study room, where the window has to be, where the study table has to be, where the shelf has to be. But you pay no attention for designing other rooms of the house. And the house construction is completed. After completion, you see that the study room has come out very fantastically, but the other rooms do not have any sync with the study room or do not have any harmony with the study room. This is because the house designing was incomplete. Now, similarly, if you approach a child who is getting education which focuses only on the academic abilities, then the skills developed in the child will not help him to become a successful adult at a later stage. He might be good in his or her reading skills, in his or her writing skills or calculation skills. But what about the child's emotional development? What about the child's interpersonal skill development? What about the child's ability to resolve the conflicts, solve the problems, and address other life skill issues? So, holistic development, to put it in a simple words, is the self-help, physical, social, emotional, cognitive, sensory, academic, spiritual, ethical, and communication growth of the individual. Now, what do these include? These include their ability to perform physical activities like the running, walking, climbing, and their daily routine activities like eating, dressing, maintaining personal hygiene, their ability to develop interpersonal and intrapersonal skills, their ability to express their emotions and experience their emotions, ability to pay attention, think, memorize, and learn. It develops their ability to hear, see, smell, touch, and taste. It will develop their reading, writing, and calculation skills. And above all, the self-awareness, moral, and ethical values are developed, and it develops their ability to express their desires and understand what others say. So, a holistically developed child will possess all these skills.
Okay. So let's move forward, and my next question to is from PV Ramana Kumari ma'am. Now I just wanted to know about why holistic development is so much important, ma'am.
Thank you for that question. As we all know, holistic development of a child is useful not only for the child but also for the society, as it focuses on the child as a whole. So, holistic development aims in nurturing and expanding a child's full potential. It helps them in leading a successful life. It makes children feel competent and gives them a wide variety of experiences and learning opportunities. It encourages individuality. Holistic development is a natural way of development. Every aspect of the child's development is intertwined and fits together like a puzzle. All areas, that's what Madam told just now, all the areas are developed simultaneously. Holistic development instills curiosity and develops better communication and social skills. It enhances awareness, self awareness, confidence, and a sense of social responsibility in the child for enhancing their mental and emotional well being. It builds social and emotional competencies, linguistic proficiencies, physical growth, and helps attain cognitive enlightenment. It caters to the emotional and psychological well being of the child to overcome the pressure, stress, and the daily challenges. To understand in a better way, let me give you an example. In a traditional classroom where academic skills are given more importance, if a child does not reach the academic level as another child, they might feel bad about themselves, which leads to a lack of self confidence and self esteem in the child. They cannot utilize their other strengths in other areas, so they feel behind compared to their peer group. In a setting that emphasizes the holistic development, the child would be able to practice their skills in other areas where they might be stronger, like in physical education or in some group games or team oriented activities. So, most importantly, he will not be left behind. Teacher who is trained in understanding the milestones of holistic development also understands that each child is unique and develops at their own pace. It helps in enhancing the critical thinking in children, which in turn enhances their problem solving, which is required in their day to day life. In children, it instills compassion, confidence to meet their daily challenges. Holistic development improves the academic achievement of all children, regardless of the background and circumstances. It lays the foundation for academic brilliance and a flexible lifestyle that differs from conventional methods. When holistic development is considered, children come to understand big concepts instead of just the small details in the concept. Children learn to use their reasoning skills in a classroom. Holistic development helps in interaction with others sensibly and understand differences. To sum up, it helps in overall development and improves the overall growth and development of the child in a natural and spontaneous way. Over to you.
Right, very well explained, ma'am. And Manjula, ma'am, please let us know what are the issues in holistic development of children, ma'am. Please explain to us.
Oh, thank you for the question, Renuji. Actually, to speak very frankly, the holistic development of a child starts much before the child is born, that is, during the prenatal stage itself. There are prenatal, natal, and postnatal factors which influence the holistic development. Let us see some of the factors. The mother's physical, mental, emotional well-being during pregnancy. It is very much important that the mother should not have any stress during pregnancy. It will affect the holistic development of the child. The medical condition of the mother during pregnancy. Mother should not get infected. If the mother is getting infected with certain viruses like rubella, or mother has a fall during pregnancy, this will affect the holistic development of the child. The medical conditions of the child. If the child is having certain impairments like hearing impairment or visual impairment, or genetic disorders like Down syndrome, or invisible disabilities like learning disability, or long-standing health issues like the juvenile diabetes or epilepsy, all these will also have an impact on the holistic development of the child. Now, the mother and child bond, the bonding between the mother and child is considered to be the most important factor for the holistic development, and it is observed that the breastfed children develop better than those who are not breastfed. Complementary feeding and nutrition, this is also a very important factor. Malnourishment hampers holistic development, and good sleep, a rich environmental experiences given to the children will enhance holistic development. Cultural practices like delaying the complementary feeding or not sending girl children for sports, all these things will also hamper the holistic development. The number of siblings in a family and the age gap between them, the age difference between them, it may enhance socialization behavior in children, or it may be a cause for conflicts between the children. The structure of the family, whether the family is a nuclear family or a joint family, the parenting style, the events that happen in the life of the child. For example, the child is suddenly, in the middle of the academic year, is suddenly shifted to another school where the child has to get adjusted with new friends, and the child has to learn new language of that particular state. Such situation may also hamper the holistic development of the child. Losing a parent, either because of separation of the parents or because of death, will cause emotional trauma in the child. Low income of the families also will hamper the holistic development of the child. Usually the families with low income have a lot of stress because of financial imbalance, lack of motivation, disharmony in the family, and overexposure to the media devices. These are some of the factors which influence the holistic development of the child. Thank you. Over to
Right,
you.
rightly said, ma'am. And Ramana Kumari, ma'am, please throw light on these strategies. What are these strategies to address the issues of holistic development of children, ma'am?
Yeah, thank you for that question. As Madam has already explained about the issues, let me come to the strategies to address the issues. Every child, as we all know, is unique in their own way. He or she has a different yet unique potentialities, unique personalities, interests, values, strengths, and weaknesses. The responsibility of addressing the issues of holistic development of the child falls on the shoulders of the caregivers, especially the family, teachers, school, and the community. What as we can do as teachers and caregivers, what we can do is we can provide and hands-on experience to the child. As we all know, hands-on experience is an effective way to encourage exploration in children of all ages. Instead of just talking about a concept or a skill, we have to create an environment where the child can engage all the senses, like taking them to a trip, to a zoo, or to a farm, or a museum, or some historical places, and ask them to explore and engage them in exploring the nature. If it's not possible to go in person, then there are other ways which a child, along with the caregiver, can do at home, like growing plants and taking care of pets. Or we have some software applications which give them experiential learning, and they can build some models, they can have some peer-to-peer teaching, and we can also bring some speakers who can share the subject matter for providing deeper insight into the area of their study. The next one is can ask open-ended questions. We can pose some open-ended questions so that it allows the child to think for themselves and explore their thoughts with cognitive thinking rather than just simply saying yes or no answers. Let them explore their train of thoughts and see how their thoughts develop. We can build strong and trusting relationship. What do we mean by that? We mean like when teachers are able to form strong bonds with students, performance and engagement is positively impacted. At-risk students have high chance of success when they feel safe and nurtured. Teachers can foster strong relationships by responding to students' strengths and needs and by acting in a culturally sensitive manner. Allowing students to help develop classroom rules, making them the leaders, help encourage trust and communication among students and enhance their motivation to succeed. Next one is what we can do is we can identify the child's interests. By understanding an individual child's interest and understanding what motivates them, we can help the child to discover their identity and purpose in life through their connections to natural world and spiritual values. By identifying child's interest, we can take a small idea and expand on it by broadening its learning outcomes and by broadening their learning and providing them learning opportunities. For example, a child loves aeroplanes. So as a teacher, what we can do is we can give we can give the opportunity to the child to expand their learning by researching into planes. We ourselves can read and we can tell the child how many planes are made, how many different kinds of planes are there, why we have to use a plane, when and where planes were invented, and the list goes on. So take a child's passion and turn it into a learning opportunity. So next comes is we can create an engaging and inviting environment which is comfortable and safe for the child to connect and be in themselves. Self-guided study ensures differentiation. When students are allowed to move at their own pace and incorporate their own styles into the learning process, they are more likely to be engaged in the task at hand. Instead of formal instruction. A teacher can give them some learning activities, directed activities, and move from student to student. She can group them, and group to group she can move and ask them questions and provide them the support. And nowadays, the digital learning platforms are offering new ways to promote self-guided study that is both engaging and meaningful. We can create community in the classroom. Teacher can convert the classroom into a community by involving the family members, the key community figures like the lawmakers and professionals can be brought to the class to participate in the learning process. We can also have an interdisciplinary curriculum, that is to integrate the lessons for enhancing learning outcomes. Cognitive growth is improved when multiple subjects are taught together. Some schools are creating integrated programs where teachers from different disciplines come together to teach thematic courses that address issues from multiple perspectives. So this helps the child's cognitive growth. Next one is encouraging self-confidence in the child. Children need to believe that they have the ability to succeed. Teachers must recognize child's unique strengths and treat all children equally. Children's motivation can be enhanced by making sure that lessons are relevant to their lives and focus on realistic issues. Incorporating emotional reflection. As a teacher, it's not always easy to look beyond academic performance to nurture the mental and emotional well-being of a child. To encourage emotional reflection in daily routines, teacher must provide moments of students to reflect on self and others, contemplate or meditate. Lessons to teach empathy could focus on affective listening and observational techniques, or literature that presents various perspectives on social issues. So we can summarize all these issues as ease of holistic development. What do I mean by this? Early identification.
Ma'am, here let me tell you that we have only 2 more minutes left for this session, ma'am.
Yeah, I will just find it. If medical issues exist in children or mothers during conception, then early identification and timely intervention should be done, meeting their energy requirements through proper balanced nutrition. Child is not child is in the phase of growth and development, so they need a balanced food. So we should avoid junk foods. We should explain to children the benefit of healthy foods. Emotional nourishment, giving adequate time to them. Just by putting them to hundreds of different courses or 10 tuitions and pressurizing them may be counterproductive. They also seek your emotional support at every stage. Your time is valuable to them, so give your time, listen to them, what they want to say, encouraging their positive actions and supporting them and enabling them to make choices, explaining the consequences of choices non-judgmentally, entrusting responsibility with masterly supervision. Empathy and positive regard for the child. Be a part of their enjoyment, however trivial it may be. It may sound to you. Teach life skills through examples and stories. Last but not the least, guide them towards self-enlightenment through a step-by-step approach to problem solving rather than telling them the answer or solving off the problem yourself, so that they develop skill of brainstorming and also obtain confidence of achievement. Remember these E's while addressing the issues in holistic development of the children.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much for being with us and for your informative information and for your informative session. PV Manjula ma'am and PV Ramna Kumari ma'am, thank you for so very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And it's time for me to wrap up this session as we are running very short of time. You please stay with us on PM eVidya channel and on our NCRT official YouTube channel. Our next session is Nipa. Me, Renu Bhatt, is taking your leave. Namaskar.